I think that research, undergraduate research especially, is a very creative process. We're still in the process of figuring things out by ourselves as scientists with some mentorship, but it still pushes us to be really creative. And I think that Teach America sort of works the same way. Well, really teaching in general. As a first-year teacher, I think that a lot of it is experimenting. A lot of things I teach is the content itself is not scientific method, but more of a how I approach it to present it to the students. It follows a very scientific, methodical procedure. I'm doing sort of a research into how they learn the best, how the students learn the best. It definitely is a great place to start, but really I think that Teach for America offers a great starting point for any type of career, whether you want to stay in education or whether you want to pursue another interest. Because teaching challenges you in so many different ways, and all in a positive way, because you grow from that as a person, as a teacher, as a planner, as an organizer, as an orator. Everything that this career requires you to, this option requires you to do in a classroom is so much more than what I could have learned at Tech. I absolutely think so. I think that K through 12 prepares students to become inquisitive, to master their own learning styles, to figure out how they learn. I think so. I honestly think that it's going to prepare you to do anything and everything. And I thought that that's only what Tech was for, that it would allow me to do anything and everything. But this, working with close to 100 kids every single day and trying to plan out everything so that it's personalized, so that the students can show mastery. And you have to do that for 2 different top subjects for 6 hours, 7 hours a day. And you need to convey the message in a most efficient yet simple manner. Like, yeah, I think it's going to prepare anyone for anything that they want to do with their life, whether it's education, medicine, law, any type of industry. I think that it's a great stepping stone for anything. This is a different kind of box, right? So undergraduate research is one single type of box. It's very scientific. But this experience, doing Teach for America, is sort of stepping into another box and trying to get out of that box. So it's a total change of scenery, but it's just as challenging, just as intriguing, just as fun, really, and just actually really more rewarding than undergraduate research, because you see the growth every day. You get feedback every single day. Teach for America has been a great experience. I love the training during the summer, and I love the environment that I'm teaching in. I teach AP Chemistry, and I teach Honors Magnet Chemistry. Because of my background, I moved around a lot as a child, which meant that I had to go to different schools all throughout high school. And in moving around, I went to various schools with different amount of resources, especially in terms of like teachers and perhaps like physical resources. And I think most of that was really based on the socioeconomic status of the school that was that I went to. And going through those schools, I realized the discrepancy between what is being offered in one school versus what is offered in another school. And when I came to Tech, I felt that the high school that I graduated from, even though it was an okay school, I still did not have access to all the resources that I needed as a high school student to be successful in college. So I felt that it was really unfair. And towards the end of my college career, I wanted to do something to change this, to close the achievement gap that I myself experienced firsthand. I think that the planning part is the most challenging part because, you have to keep in mind of everything that needs to happen for probably next month or so. So every unit, you need to make sure that kids are learning what they're supposed to be doing and that they are learning and how you can check that. And it's a constant cycle to promote learning, to teach, and to check. And I think so far, I know that tech has put a lot on me when I was a student, but this demands a whole other level of commitment and planning and prioritizing. Well, it's actually just what we talked about. Planning, the fact that it's so hectic also is keeping me more in line with what is important. So it's making me become a better prioritizer, a better planner, to be more organized. And of course, the most rewarding of all is really interacting with the students. They complain about something early on and say, well, what's the point of all this, But then after a week of me essentially giving them work to do and teaching them, they finally kind of come to terms with okay, I see what it is. I think I can deal with it, And it's that initial conflict that students may have or confusion that they may have getting resolved. That's really awesome to watch. I think it's the achievement gap that exists between schools that are in a more privileged area and ones that are not in such privileged area. So I can see that, sometimes the perhaps amount of resources that may be flowing to school may be slightly different. I think that Teach for America, even though you can't replace experienced teachers, they're still helping the education system to be continuously filled with fresh people. I think that Teach for America provides education system with these people that have been highly educated to come in with this new spirit, with this fire to help teach. And this is not to say they're here to replace the old system, but to bring in this extra help that may not be there through people that had just gotten out of college or something like that. Because I think that it's important to give back. We spent so much time and so many years going through Georgia Tech trying to improve our own learning that I think it's amazing to give back using whatever we got from Georgia Tech to the community. We need more science and math teachers. And also I think that Georgia Tech trains people to be kind of organized and planned, right? But at the same time to be creative. And I think that Georgia Tech students have this different level of creativity that would benefit them as teachers in classroom and in turn benefit the students. Because, science needs to be taught in a non-traditional way because it really is a form of art, ultimately. I think especially chemistry, I think it's a form of art. And I think the tech students can bring in that slice of creativity and very hard work ethic and will to prevail through all types of failures or any hardship. Absolutely. I'm teaching basic chemistry and I'm explaining in terms of the high school level, and I am learning chemistry all over again. I mean, I did it for 5 years, but here I am learning again because now I want to make sure they understand it and to see from their perspective. It's a whole new lens that I have to put on it.